So today's the day I get my jacket back, Tuesday. My last full day as well. So flying home tomorrow in the afternoon. I found an omelette for breakfast brunch. I really want all the carbs with it, but got a few tomatoes, look, tomatoes. More carbs for the bread. One day when I do settle down, I played around with keto for a long time. Badly played around with it, because the one thing you have to do, you have to give up alcohol. But I might do it properly when I do settle down, get a place, because I think I've already been advised I'm close to being type 2 diabetes, so I shouldn't really be drinking anyway. That's why I'm moderating it quite a lot, and I am moderating it. But also just my weight really, and again age, weight, two things don't really go together too well. So yeah, I might get into that. Anybody else here done keto seriously? Dr. Dan Maggs I follow on YouTube, very good. He was a guy who had a bit of an issue with the weight and then went keto, and you can do a course, an 8-week course with him. Of course what you can't do is eat bread. But yeah, it's something I often talk about and consider and never get round to. It's impossible till I settle down. And although I've started looking back in the UK, I just don't want to commit to all the utility bills and that right now. There's no need for me to. I'm off the grid, I'm homeless. No utility bills, no rent, no mortgage, no nothing. Well, I'll never get a mortgage again anyway. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll show you my views. Angle grinder man is in the distance. He's in the distance, but he's definitely over there. I'm on the seafront down by that port where I went to that shopping centre that's not a shopping centre. And got some tea, coffee, orange juice with ice. It's a beautiful last day. The sun is out. 15 degrees. So I'm still sat in the same place. Had a lovely chat with that gentleman there, even though he doesn't speak English. He's just finished smoking his big cigar. Very smartly dressed. They've been here an hour, at least an hour. I've been here nearly 2 hours now. I haven't moved from breakfast, even though we've got angle grinder man near me. But, yeah, it's lovely here. I'm in the sun. Done so much walking the last few days that I really don't need to be doing any more walking again. Gentlemen like that are inspirational. That's how I want to grow old, really. Smartly dressed. If I'm in a wheelchair, still doing what I'm doing. I did try cigars in lockdown, got into them a little bit. The whole process of it is really good. I wouldn't say I loved them. He brought his own ashtray even. But yeah, so look, I'm totally stripped off now because of the sun. I thought rather than walking somewhere else on my last day to find sun, then I'd end up back at that port anyway. The guy who runs this place, the old boy, I don't know if he's there or not. Really nice guy. So I thought rather than walking around everywhere and looking for somewhere to sit in the warm, I'm somewhere in the warm. I've been here for 2 hours. And my dry cleaning jacket, I believe, is not very far away. I'll have a look in a minute because obviously, as you know, I get all the directions wrong. And so it's a case of getting some more sun on the top of my head on the last day. Relaxing, not doing very much. Get a nice little meal tonight. Early night, but I'm not flying from Alicante till about 4 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon. and it's about 15 minutes from here, so it's another good thing. You can fly into Alicante and then come to the old town Alicante. 3 to 5 days, I would say, is probably about right, with the beach and the port. I don't know, there's a lot more to explore here than I've explored, that's for sure. Now look, there's the guy behind me, the guy, he's got the sleeveless jumper, white shirt, glasses. That's the guy who runs the place. Really nice. They brought me a wine, I asked for dry wine, and it seemed really sweet, and I asked the girl and she said it's the house wine. I said, I didn't ask for the house wine. He came over, I think she was a bit reluctant, she didn't know what to do really. He came over and that was the beauty, because I'd had breakfast here as well. He said, no problem sir, I'll change it for you. And he's given me now a nice dry wine. Lovely dry wine, and fizzy water. I'm really getting into the fizzy water, nearly as much as the wine. And I think, a bit of a sweeping statement, I didn't drink beer for 15 years bringing my daughter up. I think I'll stop drinking beer. Sometimes when you go to a pub it seems the right thing to drink really, but no, I don't. It fills me up too much. It must have got a lot more carbs in it than wine, although of course wine also will be very close or similar. But in the meantime, aqua mineral and white wine seems good. Have to move on soon. I was just searching my dry cleaners. It's 7 minutes walk from here, so as always a bit further away than where I thought, but you know, 7 minutes is 5 minutes really, isn't it? Fizzy water, cold. It's really nice. Really enjoying that. So yeah, I picked my coat up, picked my jacket up. It's 2 o'clock now, I think 11. I've been here 3 hours. Got a bit more sun on my bonds, I reckon. So I'll see you in my jacket soon. £25 all in. Pretty good. Off to get my jacket. So of course I'm doing my usual, and I'm walking to the dry cleaners, and I haven't checked the opening times, because it looks, some of these shops here look like they are closed, and I think maybe they're half day closing Tuesday or something. I don't know. God, if you want to make money and have a business, you've got to be open. Can't be doing all this half day closing. Fingers crossed I get my jacket. Jesus Christ. It's like they told me to pick it up on Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Everything's shut up.
The destination is on your left. Yeah, Cara de Basin, 19.
Well, I can see that, but it's closed.
Arrived.
What does that say? Nine till 2, 5 till 2. So I found someone on the street, and they are open again at 5 o'clock. So it's 2:30 now. I've got a couple of hours where I can come back and pick it up. So again, this business of not planning, I never like to plan, I never like to book ahead. It's something you should do really. Don't do as I say. No, don't do as I do. Do as I say, and I'm telling you, always Google, always plan. Because now, no jacket. And why am I speaking in that broken English that you speak to when you speak to foreign people? Probably makes it more difficult for them to understand you. If you can't speak another language, just speak your ordinary English and go from there. So back in a couple of hours to get my jacket. It's not far from my hotel, and I'll just hang around here. But when I say hang around here, I could see, I noticed that shop, didn't I? Oh, closed. They close, they have their bloody siestas. That's what it is. They close between, I think, 1:30 and 5 o'clock. It's like a long time to be closed. Oh, I know where I am here. This is where I had the steak meal, I think, last night. Oh, my club. And next to it, do you know what there is next to it? I think it's called Dickens. There's a little pub. Oh, tell me what else you're going to do. What else would you do if you were here? That's where I had my meal last night, I'm sure. Yeah, I did. Dickens is on siesta. Oh, there we are, look. Dickens. When I said I expect Dickens is on a siesta as well, I was joking. But actually, no. We're not joking. It's closed. Okay, keep walking. So while I'm killing time before the dry cleaners opens, this building is beautiful, isn't it? It's dead opposite the church, which I've walked past a few times, where they were all coming out of church on the Sunday, obviously. I did that on a video, but yeah, that's really nice. Look at the wrought iron balconies. Beautiful old building. So I'm kind of walking back now. Been back to the hotel. El Capitan, look, done that before. Sorry, Captain. Trying to walk a different way, but actually failed because I've done this route before. Well, I was just thinking that to remember that I think these are apartments that are to rent. Alicante is a city, and I've not really done. I've probably been 1 or 2 miles maximum from my hotel. So, like I said, 3-5 days, do the whole city, travel more, be around more, a lot more than I have for sure. You'll see other places. There was a Central Market thing. I don't know if it's that one or not. He's turning left, he's got to wait. People on the pavement. You have to be patient, my man. People took their horns. Yeah, the guy in front couldn't go because he was turning left and the pedestrians had the right of way. This looks a nice little place, doesn't it? I bet that was the market there. A nice little place in the sun coming up here. Something I do a lot. Used to do a hell of a lot when I was younger, and it's always getting me into trouble. End up getting myself beaten up for getting involved in arguments that were nothing to do with me.
Turn left onto the path, then in 50 yards,
when I
take the
first
stairs.
moved to London, I did a lot of that, and I realised that obviously it's quite a dangerous thing to do. You really shouldn't be doing that. So most of the time, I keep quiet. So I was right about something. Maybe I'll get up in the morning, just come and have a little
Take the
video
stairs,
around the
then in
market,
20
Central
yards,
Market.
continue on
It's
Carapo
only
to Quintana.
about 8 minutes from my apartment. There's no excuse not to come here, really. It looks like most of the other markets. Our butcher's in there still doing his stuff. I'm hoping we're all back in business. Shutters are up, look, and I can get my suit, get my jacket. Happy days. You still got marks?
Volver a la máquina
Oh,
otra
you
vez.
haven't even cleaned it.
No se le ha ido. Hay que darle
You try?
otra vez.
You didn't try?
Es caca de
I know what it is. It's pigeons. Yeah.
palomo.
But you didn't
Mañana.
try to clean?
Tiene que ser mañana.
I don't know. So frustrating. I've still not got it. It looks like it hasn't been dry cleaned at all. They've had it 3 days, which is okay if they can't do it. But now she says, come back in an hour. Come back, well, 2 hours, and it will be clean. So I'm trying to say on the translate thing, which kept getting stuck, why not, you had it 3 days, why not do it before? Now you can do it in 2 hours, make it clean. Look at these dapper dudes. So if you can make it clean in 1 hour, you've had it for 3 days, dry clean. So frustrating. So now I've got to come back in 2 hours, and if it's clean, it's clean. If it's not, I'll have to take it back to England anyway. I've done without it. I don't really need it tomorrow now. What will be, I suppose. So just means it's a trespasser, local commercial. Look at that place up there. What it means is got another 2 hours to kill. So I need to be careful. Definitely don't want to be drunk and hungover and then struggling to get to the airport tomorrow. I've had a look, you can't get a train from Alicante to Alicante airport, no trains, which again you think maybe they would have put a train line in. And so I can get a bus. Gonna get a taxi. Gonna wimp out and do it in a taxi. Get the hotel to book it. Straight into a taxi. Look, there's lovely places here. It's nice. But the other thing about being away for a month, I'm comfortable with my own company. But it's a long time. It's a long time to be on your own in areas that you don't know. It's not so bad if it's areas you know and everyone speaks your language. I could have said to the lady, okay, so you can clean it in 2 hours, why couldn't you clean it before? I mean, it hadn't been touched. I don't think they cleaned it at all. Now she's saying it has to be done by hand. Fine, no problem. Stressed or what? The end of the fucking jacket. So I went and killed another couple of hours, didn't have a drink. Walked too much like I do, totally got lost like I do. Put the search back in the sat nav wouldn't work, it kept sending me different places. I was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago and they close at 8 and it's like 10 to 8. Really panicking, sweating. I wasn't running because I can't run, but yeah, it's a massive. I searched the company on the web again. They have two shops, one in the commercial centre, both in Alicante. I had no idea. I put the map into the Google Maps. It kept sending me different places, blah, 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 blah. It looks absolutely perfect and they say it's perfect. So happy days. The girls are just closing up now. I literally, but they're putting the shutters down again. Literally just got there in time. I'll put the link in, but when I put the link in before it didn't work, so well, it doesn't take. I don't think they've got a website. I can relax at last. Got my jacket back. Happy days. And you know what they say? F it. Dickens is open. I've stopped drinking beer, but I've rushed around. My legs are aching. I'm gonna have a pint. So it's not shall I or shan't I, it's I already have. Mate, I've had a really stressful last 3/4 of an hour. I got my jacket, get in early tonight, pack my case, late checkout, 12 noon, no problem. Don't need to be at the airport till nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Happy days. Good old Dickens open at last.